Hello everybody and welcome back to SkySaga Alpha 5. We're here on a brand new temple island to get started this week because we are going to be building the second SheepBall stadium on the Alpha 5 server. So the first SheepBall stadium was created by Cerinthia over in a jungle biome. Now unfortunately the jungle biomes do not spawn sheep, so we're going to be building up a new one on this biome here so that we can hopefully have a few sheep in and around the actual arena. So we're going to be going for the same build as we did in Alpha 4. We're actually going to be aiming for the Frozen Field SheepBall Arena. So it's going to involve quite a bit of terraforming around here. Going to be turning this entire area, or at least most of this area, into a winter biome, and then we are going to be building a gigantic tower of ice here and a SheepBall stadium sitting right at the top. So this should be a fun one to get going and get building with. I'm not sure how much we're going to get done in this episode, but with a few people having now got the Shepherd's Crook for the Alpha 5, we can get started playing SheepBall. So I wanted to make a start as soon as possible on getting a SheepBall stadium up and running. So that's what we're going to be doing in today's episode. So obviously I've got a fair amount of stuff that I need to clear out of here. We're going to pick up all of these decor items and break most of them down, I think, because I don't really need those decor items just sitting around. And then we're going to pull the rest of this place down, go back to a nice flat grass pad and start from there. So I'm going to have to go out, obviously collect a whole bunch of snow up, and then also collect up a whole bunch of ice as well to get this stadium started. So that's the plan for the moment. I need to go and pick up my golden pickaxes to get rid of all of this place stone. And then we're definitely going to have to go into a winter biome today at some point to pick up all of the ice that I need. The snow I have got from starting to terraform the graveyard island, which we are going to get back to at some point. It's just that right now I want to focus on some of these more community builds that you guys out there can come along and enjoy. So yeah, that's it. We need to go out and collect some materials. So the island is now pretty cleared down to the ground. I'm going to leave a lot of these trees and stuff in, mostly because while I was clearing this whole place up, I decided that I didn't actually want to go back and redo the frozen field just yet. I'll do the frozen field in a little while. I'll probably even buy the temple on a frozen biome just so that I've got it ready and I don't really have to do too much terraforming. So I thought that we could do something a little bit different for this episode. So what I'm thinking here is instead of doing the frozen field, we're going to do a kind of tribal village type thing. So we're going to have the SheepBall stadium set up in around the middle here somewhere, and then we're going to have some huts on either side, and we're actually going to have a kind of rift between the two sides. So this side is going to have decorations made out of red stone and also out of red fabrics and things, and then the other side is going to have the blue fabrics and the blue stone devices and things. So that it looks like this is a town completely at odds with itself over the SheepBall arena that happens in the middle. So I'm not sure how well this is going to come out. This is kind of been a bit of a off the top of the head idea. But the first things first, we need to knock down this thing all the way down to this grass pad level here, all the way around. Or if we're going to knock out all of this little bit here so we can get down to a nice grass pad to start this arena on. And then once we're down on that nice grass pad, we're actually going to knock out the grass as well. And we're going to put in a whole bunch of clay. I want a big clay pad that this whole arena and village is actually going to sit on quite nicely. And then we're going to have the middle of the arena be here somewhere. We're going to end up having a stone middle for the arena, as we do with most of these arenas, in fact. So these 4 blocks here are now at the perfect height. They are down where the clay pad is going to go in, and they are now going to mark the very center of my village. So pretty sure this is relatively centered in with all of that stuff. And we're going to leave this pathway in because I quite like this pathway. Unfortunately, we can't do anything like this because this pathway is actually made out of dirt, but it is the coarse dirt type that doesn't actually grow grass. So To do something similar, we're going to have clay and or gravel, or both, in a kind of pathway going a little bit around the village. Although it might just have to be gravel because, of course, clay is going to be the actual base of the village. For the most part, I want to try and keep in as many of these trees and natural looking items as I possibly can. This thing is supposed to be a bit of a tribal, jungly type village, or well, foresty type village, I guess, in this case. So yeah, it's time to crack on, pull out some pickaxes, and get back to work. Now, we'll also just say, with the recent update, the place stone is now 2-hit breakable by almost any type of pickaxe, which means that whatever you've got, you can use to break down this stone quickly and easily. So there's no need to have gold or frost steel pickaxes anymore. You can just break it all down with Verdnite, which works a lot better because Verdnite works a hell of a lot faster than the gold and the frost steel. So I'm going to keep going here, and we're going to tear this place down a little bit, and then we might have to go on some adventures to pick up some more materials. The base of the stadium is now down, so if we come over here and have a look, this here is going to be our stadium. Now, as you can see, I have run out of bloodstone, so we're going to have to go on a bit of a quick adventure to grab some more of that in a minute. Probably not a quick one. I think we might even go and have a look at the maze in the dark jungle, because there are some buildings made out of bloodstone out in those adventures that would be really cool to have a bit of a poke around in and show off to you guys. So I think that's what we're going to do in a sec. But as you can see, this is going to be our stadium. The next thing that I want to do for the stadium is put a whole bunch of earthstone around to the edge, up to the area that it needs to be. I'm also probably going to have to go adventuring to find enough earthstone to do this. I'm going to need to go out to a few Arctic worlds and get a little bit more, because I don't have quite enough on me, I don't think. But we are going to have to go up to this high, and then we're going to build out a little platform, probably, about like that, around the outside as well. And that's going to be our stadium. And then, of course, I'm going to build up, using earthstone and thatch, some houses and huts and things out around here. So we might even have 2 small little villages. So we'll have one out in this kind of clearing here. So we'll put a couple of small little things out here with a path leading up towards the stadium. And then over here, we'll do something similar with a path leading off out this way, and potentially have the second village out over the back here somewhere, because like I said, really keen to avoid chopping down trees wherever possible in this map. I want it to kind of keep that natural feel that this place is going to, hopefully, fingers crossed, have. So that's it, that's where we are and where we're going. So I'm going to keep throwing down some earthstone. Like I said, I'm going to need to go grab some more of this. I'm definitely not going to have enough to complete this place and the villages that I want to do as well. And then we're going to go ahead into a dark jungle maze together and have a look at that place and see what that is all about. I think this is going to be our first dark map in the Let's Play for the season. Of course, I'm doing dark maps all the time when I'm running the Sharp Rock Challenge. If you don't know what that is, I will put a link to the forum post down below, and you can have a look at that. It's a new PvP type challenge that we've come up with here in SkySaga, and it is a lot of fun, and I put out a couple of videos on it so far, and there'll be more videos going out for that this weekend as well. I'm hopefully going to do a couple each week or maybe each fortnight, and we're just going to keep kind of adding to the game and trying out little different bits and pieces, and hopefully we'll get to see a few different faces and stuff in amongst all that, and yeah, it should be good fun. I've been enjoying the couple that we've done to date, so fingers crossed we can keep up with all of these things and keep going with all of that. So yeah, I'm going to finish this wall out, and then we can go have a look at this maze. This is the maze, and as you can see, we are surrounded by blindstone on all sides, and quite high blindstone in some cases. And if we have a look at the map, you can't really see too much of anything going on out there either. Now, there's a couple of different ways of running through this maze. Not taking on the Rawbone Brute is probably going to be our best bet, although we might be able to take this guy on. He doesn't seem to be wearing any armor at all, which is very Interesting, I don't think I've ever seen one not wearing armor before. This is quite cool, actually. Let's take a look at this guy. He's somehow managing to swing past my shield, though, which is a little bit worrying. Let's see if we can take a full-on straight hit. There you go. Look at this guy. He looks really cool. He's got a very big barrel body, this one. Oh, didn't get the shield up in time here. Yeah, so this guy I'm going to kill off real quick, and then I'll show you the easiest way to make it through these mazes. Now that guy is dead, the easiest way to navigate this maze is not to go through here or anything like that. We're actually going to go up here. So your definitely best way of navigating a maze like this is to use the vines, like we see here, and climb all the way to the top of the maze. Now, you can't see any other vines around here that stretch all the way to the ground limit. The other thing we can do, of course, is run out here and attempt to find other vines that are around in this patch somewhere that do stretch all the way to the top. These ones might be good enough for us. Let's see if we can get to there. No, we can't. Okay. So I'm going to kill these guys off and see you at the top. And here we are on the top of the maze. So it's not the easiest to see right now because the sun is going down, but we can now get a little bit of a better look around here. And also we can start to extend out where our map is going to see. So as you can see, there's not really much maze in this type of area, but we can see that there's lots more maze over in this type of area. So we're going to go start tracking this thing around and see what we can see. So we're going to try and follow some of the maze, at least a little bit. Now in this area there's going to be a main section to the maze, the final goal of the maze, which contains the portal. And then there are also going to be kind of little side rooms around the place as well. So we can check out those, and actually, in actual fact, those are what I'm here for, realistically, because they contain a whole bunch of bloomstone. So they are not bloomstone, bloodstone. A whole bunch of bloodstone, which is quite useful, and that's what we need for this build that we're going to do this episode. So I'm going to keep cracking on here, and I'll show you when we see one of the builds or something like that. Found the first secondary location in this maze. Now, I've seen up to 4 of these things spawn into a maze. The last time I was in one of these was a little while ago, and they didn't actually have names back then. So I'm not sure if this is going to give a name or not when I get down here, but we will see momentarily. Now, it is definitely the best way to go, jumping up on top up there, because it means that you can avoid all of the mobs and everything that are around here. If you scoot over through the middle, you're going to have to end up killing a whole bunch of raw bones, and especially raw bone brutes, which aren't exactly fun to take down. I mean, they're not too bad, but for the rewards you get, they're not the most fun thing in the world. So personally, I enjoy just skirting around the top and finding the actual interesting parts of the map. So that is including this bit and the portal room as well, which has just been discovered by the other person in this world right now. So I'm going to have a bit of a quick look around here. Sometimes there are chests in these things, sometimes there aren't, but I'm more interested in all of this bloodstone that is around here and taking all of that. So I'm going to farm a little bit of this stuff up, and we're going to head over and have a look at the end portal. So here is the portal location, which I've got to by at the top. So this is what this thing looks like. There's the portal there, and there's a portal chest. Now if we have a look on the mini-map, you can see it's a kind of a nice little area, and it's got this kind of spirally pattern going on. Now the only thing I haven't been able to find so far is the golden chest. So the golden chest usually has markings near it, so it usually has a like X marks a spot style marking on it, which is useful for finding it. However, sometimes that marking is actually hidden away underneath certain bits. So if you have a look at the map, there are little kind of roofed off areas like this one here, which can be used to hide the little X mark. So it can be a little bit tricky to find this one, especially if you are just running around over the top. But if you find a little roofed off area like this, you can jump down there, cut into that, and have a look and see if you can find the golden chest. Now, I haven't quite finished looking at this entire maze yet, but I'm getting pretty close, and like I said, I haven't seen it, so my guess is that it is, in fact, under one of those little roofed off areas. So yeah, that's how you find the little golden chest on this one. Once again, as I've said before, if you do want a tutorial on golden chests and finding golden chests and things like that, let me know and I will put one out on the channel. But yeah, for now I think I'm going to keep skirting around the top here, avoiding all of the skeletons and the giant skeletons and stuff down there, and see if we can find this chest. So, I've scoured this gigantic map and I've been unable to find the golden chest. So, for now, I think we are just going to head straight to the portal, and there it is, just there. So, let's go have a look at this thing. I'm not really sure if I'm interested in killing the main boss here. I might give it a crack, because I do have my sword and shield on me. But we'll see what happens when I get over there. If there's too many bad guys kind of in around him, I'll just leave him alone. I think we'll grab the chest and get out of here. So, oh, and somebody else has already been in here and put up a bar, which is kind of nice. Ancient maze exit, look at that. So we actually do get a second location for this, which is interesting if you're ever coming into this thing, or you ever need to go and find lots of locations in jungles. You can use the maze to finish those off. So I think I am going to kill this guy. Shouldn't be too problematic, hopefully. So that didn't go as well for me as I'd hoped. He spawned in a few too many guys, and I did actually die once, but that's alright, these things happen every now and again. But he is now dead, so we can have a look in the final chest. Not too bad, giant Yeti club and lots of coins. This is pretty good in terms of how chests are going these days. So I'll take all of that and we'll head back through so we can keep building over on this island. So with the stone that we managed to collect out in the maze, we've now got the two goals set up kind of sort of okay. They are just kind of open holes right now. We do need to build a back to these things as well very soon. But this is actually starting to take really good shape now, and I've also added this little section out here. So this here is just to thicken out this top walkway a little bit. We're also going to put in a staircase of sorts coming down towards this pathway here, and then that will be pretty much the way this thing is going to go from here on out. So we're going to build this guy down a little bit. Let's see if this is going to make contact. Aha, it's going to make contact here. So what we really want to do is also build out this side too. Perfect. 1, 2, 3 as such. So this is going to be the entranceway up into the SheepBall arena. I do have stairs, but I'm not sure if it's actually going to fit the aesthetics of this build to put in some stairs. You know what? We might as well give that a shot. So I'm going to get my workbenches out from over here. I'm going to start on some stairs as well and see what happens if we put a few stairs around here on this build, because of course I love the stairs and some of the new bits and pieces in Alpha 5, so I really want to use them as much as I possibly can. So here we go, 4 stone per stair. That's not too bad. Let's grab a few of those out and keep going. So I'm going to kind of pump this edge out around about this far, I think, all the way around, or I might only do it for this side. I also do need to work out what I'm doing with the goal so that I can connect these two sides together as well. And finally, at the back here, we've got a bit of a clay pad. So this clay pad is where we're going to house the hut that holds all of the blue team's gear. And then we're going to have a bit of a short path going this way and then up a set of stairs into the arena, or to the top of the arena. So we're going to hopefully go up to around about here and then have like a blue flag or something, blue flags here. And then we're going to do the same on the other side. We're going to have a pad, except for this time the pad is going to be kind of out here, and then we're going to go through these two trees and up that way, up to the arena as well. So I need to cut the grass out here and add this pad in. We are starting to run out of time a little bit for today's episode, so I'm not sure if we're going to get this one completed, but we will definitely have at least some of it done and hopefully have a couple of buildings out on these clay pads as well. So I'm going to keep cracking on with this stuff. We're going to pull these stone steps out and have a look at what they look like, and we'll keep going. So we're getting a little bit more done around here. So we've got the edge done and dusted. We've got a little bit of a gap here just so that the tree can be left in place, because like I said, I don't really want to destroy too many trees or anything like that. Started working a little bit on the path that's going to come out along the back here. Pretty sure I'm going to do this out of gravel. I also want to kind of cut an area around this big SheepBall stadium and cover that with some clay as well. And then we have this large clay pad out the back here, which is for the red team's pavilion little side thing that I'm going to build up in a little while. So we need to cut a path through from here as well, if this chicken will ever get out of my way. Like I said, this path is going to go between these two trees, a little bit of a jagged path, I think, and then it's going to end up over here somewhere, over by the SheepBall arena, so that we can use this to get up and into the new stadium, which is, like I said, coming along quite nicely. I don't think we're going to finish this one today, but that's alright. We can get back to it next week. And then, of course, once this thing is done and dusted, I will put up a post about SheepBall, and we'll get SheepBall going again for Alpha 5, because, of course, there's some really cool new things that we can do with Alpha 5, including using the Shepherd's Crook, which actually does what the Shears were doing in previous versions of the game, which means we can actually play SheepBall properly, which is going to be really, really cool to see. I'm going to keep pumping on through this stuff. I'm going to create out my paths out back here and put a little bit of work into the huts, and then I think that will be us done for the episode. Okay, so we actually have one of the huts done. So if I turn myself around, bam, there is the hut. That is the basic outline shape for the hut anyway. And if we have a look in here, it's just a nice big open area. And I'm going to add into this thing at some point a chest at the back and a few other kind of decorations and stuff around here. And this chest is going to hold the Shepherd's Crook and then the team uniforms for the blue team, I do believe. And then we're also going to decorate the sides a little bit with some blue stuff. So we're probably going to get some blue Yeti totems and all that kind of stuff in around here, and put some blue flags and stuff up on the roof. We've also got the team pathway, so this is the team pathway out into the hut, and the staircase up into the stadium, and then on the other side we also have this pathway down, and then we still just have the clay pad out here. But I'm thinking that this one we're going to have to start about here and have the doorway kind of somewhere very close to the edge here, and have the big hut come around just like that. And then we need, like I said, we need to decorate both of these. We need to finish up the goal, and then this place will be pretty much done. However, I am completely and totally out of recording time for this week, so I'm going to have to sign off here, and then we can come back and keep working on this place next week. So I'll see you then.